Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are on Fault Line and we are in the Queen Elizabeth. Now, I know what you're thinking, potentially, but I could be wrong. But Spartan, what is with this? This is the second video in a row that you're not in a tier 7 ship. What is going on? Are you feeling okay? Actually, I feel fine. Thanks for asking. But yeah, so again, I was watching Hivehound's live stream, and you know, he always puts on there, hey, this is when we're getting ready to launch, so if you want to try to join in, here's how you do it. So I was trying to join in, and I did end up getting into 2 matches with him and got my butt kicked both times. One of which I did really well in the Iowa, and then my controller died in a very bad position, and I ended up running a ground broadside onto a battleship. Not the best position to be in an Iowa. But the ones that I had the best games in were the ones where I didn't actually end up on his team or in a match with him. So we are in the Queen Elizabeth, and we're gonna start going where I always do, straight down the left-hand side. Now, right off the bat, we're Queen Elizabeth. I believe we're top tier in this one, and there is only 1 destroyer, which means I am not scared of a damn thing in this match. Now, I apologize, I got a little excited there, but there really is nothing that scares me. If I'm in a Queen Elizabeth and I'm top tier, it's over, especially if there's only 1 destroyer. So we're going to be aggressive. We're going to be pushing straight out to the left side. You notice I looked over to my teammate and I asked for his help early on because I don't know if he has a, you know, I don't know if he's PS4 or not, so I just want to try to get... Oh, hello, Omaha. Oh, you are not going to enjoy this, sunshine. Oh, hello, Iron Duke. That's fine. So this Omaha makes a huge mistake right here. He pulls out and he goes past the island, which is bad enough for him normally. But he's not paying attention to me. And because he's not paying attention to me, he's sitting there broadside on to God and everybody. And this is not going to end well. Wait for it. Pow! Gone. Omaha deletion. 26,800 damage in the first shot. And that's why you can't be broadside on in an Omaha or a Marblehead. It just doesn't end well. Now, you'll notice we're being shot at from a smoke screen, and that's when I look up and I go, it's an Acasta? That's the terrifying destroyer that's in front of me right now? That's hilarious. Okay, I don't have to worry about that. Hi, Iron Duke, how you doing? I apologize for what I'm about to do to you, but you're not going to enjoy it. These 15-inch guns do not take kindly to any ship tier 5 and under. Yeah, it's just... This is what I'm saying about the Queen Elizabeth, and this is why I like the Queen Elizabeth more than the Warspite. It lands so many more shots per salvo than the Warspite does, that it's an insane amount of damage, even if you're not citadeling things. Yeah, the Warspite can citadel things, but this thing is just so freaking good at hitting what you're aiming at. Speaking of which, need I comment again how much I love this ship and its ability to hit things? Now, again, we know that the Queen Elizabeth is just, she's a good ship. There's no getting around it. It's a very, very good ship. We've done 46,000 damage, but we're about to run into a problem. And that problem is, we've done everything on our side of the map, and now this is the one point at which you hate to find yourself in a slow battleship. There's no more people to shoot at. Everybody else is on the enemy team on the other side. So, as we have a destroyer pushing out on their destroyer, and we have a cruiser who just cut them off in the most epic way possible, we're going to start making our way back. Now, you'll notice the kamikaze on our team is Kill 'em all DK. Now, this ain't the first time we've run into each other. One way or the other, we've been on the same team multiple times. We've seen each other in matches. We know each other. And it just so happened he ended up on my team this time, and we're talking throughout the entire match, which is nice. With all of the PlayStation players that end up on my team, I miss actually carrying on a conversation with people once in a while, especially when people are just, you know, doing their thing. We have 4 enemy ships dead, and we have not lost a single ship. So I'm feeling pretty good about this match right about now. I'm also just like about to curse some people. And not like, I'm not cursing them in chat or anything like that, but I do say, man, I kind of hope these guys kill a couple of those guys hiding in the cap back there, because I want some more damage. You know, not that I'm saying anything bad about it, but, you know, you've started off one of the greatest starts that you're ever going to get, right? 46,000 damage in no time flat. And then, unfortunately, what that ends up causing is just a ripple effect where you end up focusing everybody with so much of your team that they all fall very, very quickly. It's a domino effect. You know, the quicker you can knock out a ship, the more firepower that you have to dedicate to the next ship, which means you knock them out quicker, and it steamrolls. And that's how these matches end up. You lose one key player early, and all of a sudden your team can just spiral out of control. You lose 4 of your key players early, and there is no coming back from it most times. However, much credit to the enemy team here. They are actually going to put up a little bit of a fight here, and we're going to give us enough chance to get back and do some damage. Which is preferable, because I'll be real honest, I wasn't expecting to make it back in time. It's one of the downsides being a battleship captain. And you can see here I'm about to run into a teammate. Yep. Sorry, teammate. That's on both of us, if we're honest. I believe that's in New Mexico. We're both bumping into one another. And oh my god, that Kirov just got touched. Most inappropriately, if I may add. So we're going to throw it out there. I misjudged the speed of his turning. I figure he wouldn't be able to get away from these. I was wrong. We end up coming up just short of hitting him, as you can see, just landing off the back of his ship. So we didn't quite get to kill him there. So we're going to keep pushing. That's all you can do sometimes, just keep pushing. Now you'll notice there's a battleship to my left at 3.8 kilometers, headed straight towards the outside of the map. Now, there's nobody over there to fight, but that doesn't mean he's not going over there. And he's going to go over there and get in the cap. Which, some may say, yes, it can be a good thing to have teammates that go to the cap. But you also gotta, like, think, what else is going on in the game? Now, I know there's a lot of matches that have been lost by damage chasing. I understand that. But when you have these kinds of an advantage, it's very difficult to lose these matches. Especially when all of your top-tier battleships are full health. You're not going to just fumble the match. Not only are we not going to fumble it, the only way we could fumble it at this rate would be to just let them cap the base before, you know, and we couldn't make it back. But we're not doing it. We're heading back to protect us from that. And as you can see, there's one ship that's heading towards our base, kind of. The other two are just intent on bow tanking, or in the New Mexico that I'm shooting at over there, Tango is just sitting there broadside on, begging for it. So we're going to give it to him, you know, as you should. If you're going to sit there broadside on, we're going to keep punching you. And now, at this range over the island, it's a little more difficult. But you can see we just lost the Kirov. We've lost 3 cruisers now and a battleship to these last 3 ships. So, the battleship of our team that's headed into the enemy cap, I'm not going to lie, I got a little bit into the chat. I was like, guys, we don't need to cap. Just focus them and kill them. It's not that difficult. And you can see Kamikaze finally getting onto scene. He's starting to launch his torpedoes, and he just starts absolutely chunking people with torpedoes. Down goes one of the New Mexicos, and we get some good damage on the other one. And the Britannia is sailing kind of back towards us now. He's kind of looking like he might go to the base, so you can see I'm about to cover my base just in case. I don't want to chance it. So I want to make sure that I cover the fact that he could potentially go to the base. And so I'm waiting for a chance to shoot the second Queen Elizabeth here. And we're just waiting. Come on, I want to see the bow of the ship. There it is. Okay, it's the stern of the ship. So he's reversing. We go ahead, place the shot. And we just run out. We're going to go behind the mountain here. It's unfortunate, but the timing isn't the greatest. It happens. but we take a good chunk of damage off of him. We're at 80,000 damage now. We're doing pretty well for ourselves. And notice that other teammate is determined to not even bother getting into a fight. He wants to go into the base and try to cap. Whatever, it happens. So at this point, I'm in a race against time. I got to try to kill these guys before the teammate caps the base. So you'll see what I do in a moment. I'm going to come around the corner here, kill them all. DK actually gets himself into a bit of a problem, gets a little too close, and pays the ultimate price after he fails to Suatorp the Queen Elizabeth. And yeah, Queen Elizabeth is not having any of it, and down he goes. He couldn't believe it either. He's like, I have no idea how I missed all those torpedoes. It happens. You know, you're in the heat of a moment. You're, you know, seconds away from death, and you rush a little bit too much. And otherwise, playing an amazing game, and it can all go horribly wrong just that quickly. And just like that, it is now a 3v2. And now the guy that's in the cap is looking pretty good, right? Well, he's secured the win regardless. But this is still not in any question whatsoever. Mainly because I'm over here and I've got beautiful shots at both of these guys. I thought that the Queen Elizabeth was going to die here, but in true Spartan fashion, we have to leave him with just enough to get away with it for now. And then here's where I start looking back, realizing he's about 3/4 of the way capped, and I'm like, God, get out of the cap! It's fine! I'll kill him! It's not that big a deal. I'm full health, and there is nothing that I'm afraid of here. The Queen Elizabeth will die on my next shot. I waited a little bit longer as he started to turn to make sure I got a nice broadside to shoot at, or by the time that they get there. And we nail him. Down he goes. Go ahead, heal. And now we're waiting for the Britannia. He's almost done as far as capping the base goes. So we're going to slow down a little bit. We're going to try to get ahead of... And you can see I just keep looking at the map. I'm like, come on, dude. Get out of the cap. I want to shoot this guy. And we got another guy right over there. I believe it was the New Mexico that was with me earlier, who was full health as well. And now he has beautiful shots at a Britannia. Unfortunately, I just can't quite get a shot over top of the mountain. So we end up winning on cap. But we did 95,000 damage in one of the most ridiculous starts, and then almost a ridiculous fumble by the team. Which is just funny how you think that a match is going to go a specific way. And yes, I was never in any doubt. I went back, I covered the base just in case, and then it was all about just finishing off the bad guys. And you can see the Tier 3 Ishizuki. You can't really blame the guy. He's in a Tier 3, and he ended up in a Tier 5 match. So, it happens. So, he's the one that ended up capping the base. No big deal. And if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.